Hello, hello, hello. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We are here to look at the Epic Enhanced Console Graphics. Now, this was requested by Homer Simpson. This is version 5. I didn't look for other versions. This seems to be the latest and greatest version. You can read the description here, which I actually did in my other update video just because I got distracted looking at this. But this is basically they've added some color and they say some realistic FX effects and lightning effects. I didn't get a chance to see any of that, but I have logged in just to check and see how it works. And this does give you a much brighter game. It's like the saturation level is up, and it gives you a much lighter game, like you're a brighter and more colorful game. So you may appreciate that if that's something you would be interested in and looking for. You know, they mention, the way they say it is it's more vivid, which it is. It's definitely more vivid. And they've implemented color correction. Now, I don't know what they would think of as color correction to me. But definitely, I think it looks pretty cool. It's brighter and it's lighter. It reminds me of something I would do using, what's that mod I have? Display enhancements. Using display enhancements. It reminds me of something I would do using that, except I don't know if I did that if it would look the same. I don't know for sure what all they did here, because this is 299.21 kilobytes, so it's just under 300 kilobytes, so it's not large at all, but it's probably more changes than just enhancing the saturation and things of that nature. So there's probably more to it than that. But you know, you have to go by their description here. You can always go out to their YouTube channel and see if they give you any better description. Usually, for something like this, usually they don't give me any more information, so it doesn't really help me. And I don't usually like to go out to Nexus or another YouTube or whatever, because that's just more, for me, that's just more, it's just another step I don't want to do. You know, just tell me what your mod does here, and I'll take a look at it and see if I'm interested in it. Of course, you know me, I'm like an old grump, so that's just the way it is. Now, I don't know why the Xbox decided to fuss at me there, but it did. Anyway, alright, it's over my phone. I'm getting stupid notifications. It's so dumb. Anyway, we're going to continue on. So I have I have something to show you on the way out, and then we're going to load up Testra because she is still available. So just remember, this is a small mod. I've got it down at the bottom of my load order because I don't know exactly what it does. I'm worried if I put it high up at all that I will accidentally override it with other mods. So I just put it down at the bottom so it can win. Until you can find out exactly what they're doing, it's hard to know where to put it. And yes, the comparison, the difference is blatantly obvious. I mean, the person, he's correct about that. But the problem is we don't know exactly what he's doing, so it's hard to know where in your load order to put this. It seems like it's a combination of saturation and lighting with some other stuff, but I don't know what that other stuff is. Does this make it a, you know, is it doing stuff that would make it like a weather mod? You know, I'm not sure. So, alright. And so I don't know if it would be compatible with things like that. Alright. So I'm gonna hop out. I want to show you something. He also added some green lighting to the dragon here, if you notice that. And we're gonna log into Testra here. Just give this a moment. Now you can see, even on this load screen, that this guy is more colorful than normal. And part of this is saturation, but I don't think it's just saturation. I think there's more to it than just that. I think there's saturation and lighting, and there might be more. There might even be something else involved. But here you go. This is a very bright and colorful Skyrim. Now, when my girl is facing this way, with the shadow on her face, she looks really good. She looks pretty normal. But I did notice when you face her towards the light, it's like it's a little too bright. Just a touch. Because it looks like her face has just got a little too much light on it. But that's just me. That's not necessarily written in stone for everybody. Okay, for a minute my jump did not work. I thought maybe I had broken it. Nonetheless, I just wanted you to get an idea of what this looks like. Everything is bright and colorful. Now, I don't have much going on, mainly just vanilla graphics here, except for this enhanced. This enhancement is primarily colorization and lighting. I don't think there's any real textures, or at least not much, in this file, because it's a very small file, and we all know that textures take up a lot of space. Now, I used to play around with display enhancements, and I would up my saturation a lot. But this looks like it's even more than that. But anyway, I'm just looking around, just trying to give us an idea of what we're seeing. Maybe we should travel around and look around at night too. There's the Khajiit traders.
Skyrim, the more empty this land seems. The warm sand of elsewhere is far away from here.
Okay, they seem alright. Oh, there's our Battleborn girl. Let's see what she looks like.
This war's as stupid as our feud.
See, the extra colorization is not really hurting her, so I'm not sure how. That's why I'm not sure if they did, like I've done in the past, I've done some heavy saturation, and at some point it starts to look kind of bad. But this looks pretty good, though it does look like maybe there's some extra saturation here. And I'm saying that because of the way the braziers looked. So, because in the past when I've done that with display enhancements, the braziers tend to give off a stronger, more orangey light. It's hard to describe, but if you go somewhere with a fireplace or a brazier and you increase the saturation a lot, you'll notice it does that. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It depends on the appearance you want in your game. What time is it? It's 11:23 a.m. I think everything looks really good. It is brighter. And
I'm here to buy food, Nazim.
I still have a tendency to think that a lot of this is
Only the farm does have its advantage.
primarily. Oh, is that him? Oh, is that him?
When I hold my daughter in my arms.
Oh, he made him look good.
I know I made
Anyway,
I spend a lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade. I need more experience if I'm going to run
so I think everything looks nice. I do believe there's definitely some increased saturation if you look at her face and the coloring. However, that's not always a bad thing. I do some increased saturation myself. Usually, I turned it off for this. But, like I said, it's not a bad thing.
Don't think you can barter with me like I'm one
Oh,
of those
come
damn
on,
shoppers.
quit fussing at me. So let's see, where else could we go to look around? It looks like even my map is brighter which is kind of funny. Not bad, just funny. Let's go out here and take a look at the trees and stuff. I just want to get a look around different parts of the map. So that way we can, you know, just see the differences that are there in the different locations. Oh, well, okay. Now here's something that's interesting. That's possibly, let me get up here. Maybe it'll show up a little better. That's interesting. That might be a little too much. But now I've got my display enhancements. I turned it off. I removed all effects. I mean, I didn't turn it off. But anyway, that might be a little much. But we could probably... could we find a way to adjust that? I don't know. There isn't a power or a spell with this mod, so I don't know that we can adjust anything. But wasn't there? But anyway, it was just a thought. Let's wait till morning. And see how the trees and everything look in the bright morning sun. See, everything looks good. I do think there's definitely some strong saturation here. But it looks good.
What do you need? They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King. With his voice, shouted him apart.
Alright, so... you can see that everything is brighter and more colorful. So I would say mission accomplished there as far as that goes. Let's see, where else can we go? Let's hop out here for a minute. Alright, so we're back out here.
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors.
He's an Imperial.
If you think you've got what it takes, our headquarters is in Solitude.
Aren't those just bandits right there? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm out here goofing off. It doesn't really matter. So, this was to give you an idea. This is an Imperial camp, I suppose. You can see how bright and everything, you know, how everything looks. It's nice. I mean, it is a nice change. If you wanted to change your Skyrim up and have it be less dark and foreboding, I know some people really love the dark and foreboding, and that's okay. Like I said, I have done something like this in my game before, and it is fun. This would do it for you, though, and you wouldn't have to worry about adjusting things all the time or trying to figure it out. So I'm trying to think of where we should go. I mean, this is good. It shows you the trees here. Oh, I know what we should do. We should pop out. Did we look around at Whiterun? We did look around outside of Whiterun a little bit, didn't we? Tell you what, let's head out here. And then we will go Yeah, see, they may have added some color to some things, like there's some green. You notice there's some green on these things, like there's a little bit of mold, or maybe that's supposed to be oxidation. And they've definitely added more, I think, more colorful, what do you call it? Northern light effects. Definitely that. So you can see more of that. So they've definitely added some things. Now that's my fantasy night sky stuff that I have up there, but I think that's their Aurora Borealis. So let's track forward to the daytime again. Kind of watch this change. So, pretty nice, pretty nice. Alright. So let's go somewhere else. I don't really want to bug them. Let's hop out. Let's go over towards Markarth. Let's see, that's that farm. So trying to decide, maybe we will just pop in here at the farm and take a look around. That's not too bad.
Go, go, go!
Alright, so here at the farm, we've got no Aurora Borealis, but look how bright everything looks. Even, let me get up here for a second. Alright. Even that looks brighter. And I think it's due to the increased saturation. Now, they may have increased the lighting too, because everything looks brighter. But whatever they did, it's nothing. I mean, it's good in its own way. It depends on what you like, but I think overall it looks good. So I think mainly they tweaked some things like saturation and light, but you'll notice it's not too bright. I mean, it's not like, you know, a huge darker nights, but it's still not too bright. And this is Markarth, of course. And see how bright all this is. And see what I mean? I think saturation is definitely a part of this, which is fine. I'm not putting that down. It's just definitely there's some color saturation and some lighting. It's nice though. So I'm gonna watch that planet for a minute. Let's turn the sun on. Well, I'm going to try to do fewer things at night too, because I think you can see more and enjoy more during the daytime. I think it's harder for you to see certain things on the video if I keep it on at, you know, in a nighttime setting. Alright. That was wild, but okay. Yeah, I think everything is brighter and more colorful. I haven't tried this in a long time. I don't know if I could replicate this with display enhancements. That might be something I'll have to try to do. But now, and I'll tell you, I did get out when I downloaded this mod and turned it on. I put it down at the bottom. And I did get out and do a reset just in case, because I wasn't sure what this mod did exactly. And I don't think it's, you know, it's definitely not huge. It's not like a big texture mod or anything. I think it's mainly saturation and lighting, and it might affect some contrast and things of that nature too. So, let's see. Is there anything else to see here? I'm probably going a little too fast, but I hate to just stand here and not move around and show you more. Is that Skyhaven Temple? That almost looks like that's it. Oh, because that basically is it. Interesting. Can we actually travel to it? Let's see if we can. Well, come on. I wasn't expecting... Okay, there we go. I thought this would be a quick load. Okay, so it did bring us right in here. So I can fast travel in and out of Skyhaven Temple, even though I have not done the quest. I don't think she can complete the ritual. So, let's see, let's head up towards Dragon Bridge. No, there we go. I knew I was off. I was like, man, I'm off somewhere. So let's go up here for a minute, and we'll see what that looks like. Okay, we're at Dragon Bridge, and notice the time, 6:33 p.m. So we're at a kind of a dusk situation. And notice the redness as the sun is setting. This is not a complaint, this is just notice. It's cool in its own way. Don't take anything that I'm saying as being any kind of negative thing. I'm just trying to say, you know, look at it, see if you like it, enjoy it. It's kind of cool in its own way.
Everything all right?
Alright, so I had a slight interruption there, so sorry about that. But, you know, overall, I'm finding I like this. It is its own unique thing. If you like this kind of lighting, which it is different and it's kind of fun, I could see enjoying this. So I might include this in my new load order. I might play around with it and see where it fits best. You can see where I can see Solitude. That's the blue palace there. Everything looks pretty nice. Let's do a sunrise looking out this way, because it's late. Let's do an all night. Let's do 13. Let's do to like 8 a.m. Let's just see how everything does. Hopefully this will show up good for you in the video too. You may have to go, oh wait, hold it. Oh, we missed the little moon, but there's the big moon. See, the color is a lot better. Definitely added some good saturation to the color. I still think it's a little brighter, but maybe that's just the saturation. Maybe it's not that much brighter at night, because you'll notice it's still fairly dark out here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Let's continue on. Let the sun come up. Yeah, now everything else is pretty vanilla. I don't have a lot of graphics mods or anything like that going on right now. This is probably the main graphics mod right now. So what you're seeing is actually, that's good though, because then you can see all the color on their tent down there. You can see all the different colors. Very, very good. And it might be that this in combination with a bunch of other cool mods would be, you know, would be even better, because this is really just doing, I think this is really just mainly doing graphics, not graphics, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, that's so vague.
Are you a soldier?
I think this is doing largely saturation and lighting, maybe some contrasting. Now you can see when you do a little too much saturation, maybe this is a little too much. You see how their faces look? His face anyway.
I thought I was rid of those sorts when I left Markarth.
So this may be just a little too much saturation, but you know, with display enhancements, we could come in and tone it down a little bit. Let me show you what I mean. So this is not, and I'm not saying that this is a bad thing at all, I'm just saying you can tone it down. Let's turn down the saturation on him. Oh, whoa, I just increased it by accident. Sorry about that. Let's go the other way. Let's turn it down a little bit. Because he looks just a little too much, doesn't he? But of course, I'm not affecting anything but saturation, so it may not fix him. See, I'm not sure what all this mod does. But does he look more normal there and less oversaturated? Probably, but now the game looks more normal too. So it's definitely a trade-off.
Welcome, traveler.
But he looks better than he did. Well, his arms seem like rubber bands or something, don't they? Alright. Let me undo what I just did. We'll let everything come back to the way it was. Yeah, there we go. You saw the saturation pop back in. And the only thing is that some characters may be oversaturated like that. That's the only, and that was a problem I had too in messing with saturation. That's why I decided just to use a lighter a touch on the saturation, because it does add nice color, but if you overdo it,
one day,
people end up too orangey looking, and you may not want that. So, but anyway, this is a good fun idea, and you can always take, if you think, like for me, if you think the saturation is just a little too much, like on that guy, you can always turn it down and leave the lighting and everything else alone. So it's definitely a thought. Okay. Alright. I'm not sure if there's much else to show you that would really make a difference. Where would be good to go? That might be fun. Maybe, oh yeah, maybe the college. Let's go to the Archmage's quarters, because we can look and see a great distance from up there. We'll just give this a moment to load.
Open fire! Open fire!
So, look here. Look at the brightness of everything. Now, it's nighttime, definitely. What time is it? It's 1:28 a.m. Yep. I'm going to try to get her to land on the ledge. There we go. I'm going to switch back to first person for a minute. That looks nice. You can see Azura there. Pretty cool looking. It definitely has a real good effect, and then you have the moon there. Wonder where the other moon is. We may have missed the little moon. You never know. That little moon goes by so fast. I just skipped us an hour just to see. You know, I think in combination with some other mods, this lighting and saturation could really be fun. I mean, I don't know. To me, it just seems like it would be cool. And I don't know. Like I say now, I'm saying it's lighting and saturation. There may be more involved that I don't know about. So I'm not trying to say that's all it is. Those are the only things I know for sure that are being affected. I'm not trying to claim any special knowledge since I did not create this, of course. So very cool though. I think it's got its own appeal if you like this. And remember again that my game right now is very vanilla. I have like a water mod and a few things like that, nothing major. And of course I have the sky. I like that kind of a sci-fi type of sky, in my opinion, and I kind of like it. So I know it's not everybody's thing, and that's fine. You should do what you like. Always try to enjoy your game and make it the way you want it to be. That's what I say. I prefer kind of a sci-fi setting, since Skyrim is not supposed to be, you know, Tamriel is not supposed to be Earth. I want it to have kind of a sci-fi setting, even though to some degree you could say it's more of an almost medieval place, but that's okay. Hey, look at that. You can see the dragon wall out there. That's pretty funny. I'm not sure I can always see that, so that's pretty good. Maybe you can. Maybe I just hadn't paid attention. And of course, sometimes I already have seen things and then I just forget. So I was trying to figure out, let me see if I have, well no, let's not do that. That's just a waste of your time. Alright, I think we're done here. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show you the mod. Hopefully this won't take long to load. So this is the mod, the Epic Enhanced Console Graphics, and it's actually, he has it listed as V5, so like version 5, but in the description he says version 1. I think he probably left some other versions out there in case anybody was using them and he didn't want to totally mess them up. So overall, I think this is a very cool mod in its own right. You'll either like it or not, based on your lack of saturation and lighting and other things that I cannot see or did not see. Now let me show you essentially what I'm using. I have very little in the way of textures, mainly for my people, the doors. I got a little water texture going on. That's about it. And then if you scroll up here, so what we have here, all I have that could affect this or have any impact is the legendary weathers, and I have the eternal sunshine, and I have this enhanced night sky, and you saw my moons. Now I had this, but I had turned everything off. So even though I didn't disable it, I had turned everything off. So these are the only things that could be impacting that a little bit. But from what I was seeing, to me, that mod was really giving us all that color and all that light, and it was really pretty cool. So if you like that type of thing, I think you'll really like that mod. Now if you really want a dark, dreary, somber Skyrim, then no, you won't like it. But for very bright and light and colorful, it's very fun and it looked pretty cool. So that's the Epic Enhanced Console Graphics, and that's V5, okay? Alright, then that's from the Imperial Agent 1992. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.
Roger that.
Alright, well, I forgot to do a quick contrast for you, so I'm doing it now. This is like a little addendum. You notice here I turned the mod off, okay? So this is going to be the game without that mod, okay? This is the same part of Whiterun that you saw earlier. And this is the same girl, Testra. This is without that mod. Now you notice how uncolored it is. Now to show you, because you know me, I like to do this, the captures and show you. This is how bright the game was. And by comparison, this is what it is now. So that's the difference. That's why I say they definitely upped the saturation. Now let's see. Can we show you? I have actually a couple of pictures. And we also have this one facing out the other way and facing her facing towards the light. You can just tell how much brighter that is than that. It's so much brighter. So that's the two differences. If you want to see that, just so you would, I just wanted to make sure you would know that the game is definitely a ton brighter with that mod. That mod really adds a lot of light and saturation, which is not a bad thing. Depends on what you like. So there you go. I just wanted you to see that contrast. Again, thanks for hanging out and watching. I will catch you later.
By the gods, there is a psychopath on the loose!